If you're anything like me, you've sort of come to realize that video games aren't really prevalent in your life anymore, at least not as much as they used to be. And there's lots of reasons for that. For me, it's because I wanted to spend more time with my family and my partner, and I also had school and a job, so video games just didn't have much of a place for me anymore. I didn't have as much time to really play them. So they're naturally just one of the first things to disappear. But even then, on the occasional day where I had no responsibilities, I'd always try to still pick one up, because I just want to relive the same days as when I was in high school. I would come home, I would try to finish my homework as fast as humanly possible, and then I could spend like 4 or even 5 hours just playing games that I was just obsessed with. And I remember for me, one of those games was actually the first Destiny. And I know it's a really controversial game because it has a ton of grind, and the story choices, well, let's just say that the story isn't actually there. But man, even with all of that, I was just so obsessed with it. And I genuinely just loved everything, from the world that it had, and the gameplay, the people I would meet doing those huge raids. If anyone's ever played Destiny, you know about the raids I'm talking. And getting a squad together to just grind it out, one of the best feelings ever. But ever since then, I don't think I've really been able to find a game that scratched that same kind of itch. And I never really had the time to dedicate myself to a game either. But I'd still hop from one title to the next, really just hoping to find one where I was able to forget about the world around me and my responsibilities. And I would keep on doing that until I found this really short but really sweet and fun game called Pikuniku. And I think it was really only about 30 minutes in when I came to the realization where I was like, whoa, I'm really into this game. I forgot about the stuff I need to do today, and I'm just having a good time playing this video game. It really reminded me of just the time I spent enjoying video games back in high school. And so I just wanted to make this video and just talk about this game with you guys and see if anyone's interested, because I think it is really a hidden gem and I'd love for people to play it. But now for the actual game itself, you're told that you are a monster, and you awake in this cold, damp cave, and you meet a friendly enough ghost that guides you through the tutorial and eventually to your first village. But as soon as those town people spot you, they start to panic, because for them, you are this monster of legend. But then they really start to take a look at you, and they realize you're just this little guy who woke up from a nap. And then you really quickly begin your journey just to uncover the mystery of the island. And eventually, you have your first encounter with Sunshine Inc. And what Sunshine Inc. is, well, it's a company run by a benevolent man giving free money out to the villages. Only that the free money is actually in exchange for crops and trees and even the citizens themselves. They literally have human trafficking in this game. What the... I can't say that. What the heck, Pikuniku? This company will literally fly in and take a random villager, and nobody cares because they get paid all the same. That's the kind of threat that we're dealing with in this game. And in fact, so much money's been given away to these people that they even begin to just wonder, why do we need this much money? What's the point of all of this if we have more money than we could ever spend? And now I'm not going to go any further into the story because I don't want to spoil, but I really just want to make this video to talk about the ridiculousness of this game to you guys. And if any of you guys want to buy it and support the creator, I think that would be really cool. To begin, I'd say that Pikuniku is more of a puzzle and platformer game than anything else. And you use these very limited abilities that you have, which are literally just kicking and rolling around to explore the island and end Sunshine Incorporated. And there are these simple bosses that you fight, and it really shouldn't take too much time to beat. It's pretty easy. And I'm just gonna say it right now, if you're looking for a game like Dark Souls difficulty or something similar to that, there's nothing like that in this game. Well, except for one thing.
Oh my god, I'm gonna actually lose. We're gonna lose against an AI. Wait. No, this isn't gonna happen. How do I kick it? Please. No, stop it. Stop it. I'm winning. I'm winning. I lost 0 to 3? I lost 0 to 3? I'm gonna lose! No! Oh my god, I just lost again.
All that to say that you're not going to be smashing any monitors or throwing any controllers at the wall with Pikuniku. But what I think you will get with this is just a fun time. Like, this game has so much charm, and everything just works so well together. Like, for example, if you'd allow me to be a rich art snob for just a moment, I really think the art style encapsulates what the essence of this game is, being that it's just really simple with these bold colors and very round shapes and designs. And it's sort of similar to these old Atari games, if anyone remembers those. And for me, it was just a really nice change of pace from the hyper-realistic games that you see nowadays. It felt like it was someone's passion project, and something that somebody genuinely spent a lot of time building and creating their vision. And I feel like you can't really get that with these AAA companies that sort of just pump things out to try to get a quick buck off of you. And then with the art, there are the characters of the world too. Each one of them is just a little bit unique with either their dry humor or their overwhelming energy or just outrageous reactions that they have. But the thing about them is that they just all seem so oblivious to the world and have a really nonchalant attitude towards the things happening around them that I think it's just honestly hard not to give a giggle here. And they don't take themselves seriously at all. Like, it feels like these characters are right there with you, doing their job of just trying to make you have a good time. And then all of that is just really awesome music that ties it into such a nice little package. It's honestly just a silly game. And when I say silly, I mean that it feels like this game was inspired by ideas that a literal child would come up with. Like money raining from flying robots. And there's this exclusive dance club that only allows the cool kids to enter. And then best of all, actually, is that you get to play hide and seek with a rock. Like, mind-blowing stuff, guys. And it sort of just feels like a fever dream of like a 12-year-old sometimes. But then after that, you take this closer look to just the overall story of the game, and it's so wildly different. Like, you're fighting against an evil corporation that manipulates its customers, destroys the environment by just cutting down entire forests and steals all of the crops that people are growing, and has a monopoly on money itself. And there are these references of rampant capitalism and consumerism going too far, how money slowly corrupts everything it touches and indirectly destroys the entire world. Like, whoa, okay, where did that come from, Pikuniku? I thought this was supposed to just be some fun little game with some happy little guys, you know? Oh, okay, but it's okay because I get to kick some robots again, so we're all good, guys. And for me, it's just these two concepts smashed together that makes me sort of just love this game even more. Like, I think this is what pushes it into that hidden gem tier. And it reminds me a little bit of what people consider to be those kid shows like Steven Universe, where the art is just really flashy and it's a cartoon and it's entertaining enough for children, but there's just so much more depth to it. And it has these mature and hidden messages that I feel like only adults will appreciate. And you know, whether you agree with all of these messages or not is all up to you, but I think it's undeniably fun to just kick and roll your way through a horde of robots to save the island. Either way, here, you're supposed to just enjoy the world. You don't need to grind for XP or develop insane skills to beat bosses. Forget about all of that and just relax. Listen to the different kinds of music while jumping from house to house, and you just keep on going with the flow. And you know what? If you end up fighting a giant omnipotent piece of toast, so be it. As long as you made some friends along the way and you get to keep the memories playing this game, I think that was worth it.